Okay, let's keep reading Ash Ketchum Pokémon Detective. We're up to Chapter 6, Setting a Trap. You solve mysteries, huh? Officer Jenny looked from Ash to Brock to Misty. She eyed Pikachu and to Jeppy. No, it couldn't be, she muttered. She walked to a desk and picked up a piece of paper. My sister in Newbark Town sent me a letter about a group of kids who helped her find a missing Totodile, Jenny said. They called themselves Pokémon burglary investigators. Was she talking about you? Brock jumped on. That's us! Pokémon burglary investigators, at your service, he said. Ash didn't stop Brock. After all, they had helped the Officer Jenny in Newbark Town get Totodile back. They might not... Totodile, is it? Okay. They might not be official Pokémon burglary investigators, but he had to admit he liked the sound of it. We'll help you track the Black Arachnid, Ash said. Right, Misty? Misty shrugged. Why not? It might be a spinnerack dropped from the ceiling. It landed on Officer Jenny's shoulder. Misty pushed her chair back. Ash took a closer look at the spinnerack. That sure is a cool-looking Pokémon, Ash said. He took Dexter out of his pocket. Spinnerack, the string-spitting Pokémon, Dexter said. It uses spinnerets on both its mouth and rear to build webs. Then it waits for its prey. It is able to climb any surface freely. I thought you'd be using Growlithe, Brock said. The officers in all the other towns do. Ever since my great-grandmother used a spinnerack to trap the Black Arachnid, we've been using them here, Jenny replied. They haven't let us down yet. A uniformed officer ran into the room. His face was flushed with excitement, and he waved a piece of paper in one hand. Bad news, Officer Jenny, said the officer. We just received a letter from the thief. It describes his next crime. Jenny read the letter. The Black Arachnid copycat says he'll strike at midnight tonight. He plans to steal a rare silver trophy. Okay, everybody, said Ash, let's go. They all went to the home of Mr. Miser, who owned the silver trophy. Tall trees bordered the house in back. The green lawns and gardens around the house were perfectly groomed. The blue water of the swimming pool sparkled in the setting sun. Ash marvelled at the stone statues of Pokémon that decorated the lawn. A butler led them inside the house. A short, round man with grey hair approached them. He was nervously wringing his hands. You must help me, said the rich old man. The silver trophy is my most prized possession. Can you take us to it? Jenny asked. The rich old man nodded. He walked down a hallway and opened a door. Ash gasped. The room was filled with statues and figures of Pokémon made out of crystal, glass and marble. In the centre of the room, a silver cup sat on a round platform. The handle of the cup was shaped like a Dragonair, a sleek, dragon-type Pokémon. It's beautiful, Ash said. He turned to the rich old man. Don't worry, sir, we won't let anything happen to it. The rich old man gave Jenny a strange look. Who are these kids? We're Pokémon burglary investigators, Ash said. He liked the sound of that more and more. You may have heard of our adventures in Newbark Town. The rich old man didn't look any happier. Don't worry, sir, Officer Jenny told him. Spinnerack and I will oversee everything. We won't let the Black Arachnid succeed. The rich old man nodded. I trust you. Ash turned to his friends. All right, let's get started. Ash walked outside the mansion as the others followed. He threw 4 Pokeballs into the air. Charizard, a combination flying and fire-type Pokémon, came out and stomped its large feet on the ground. It flapped its strong wings. Then came Squirtle, a cute water-type Pokémon. Heracross popped out next. This blue bug and fighting-type Pokémon was as tall as Ash. Ash had caught Heracross just a few weeks ago, but it had already helped him out of some tough situations. Bulbasaur appeared. Heracross flew over to it and started to suck the sweet nectar from Bulbasaur's plant bulb. Bulbasaur quickly shrugged off the large Pokémon. Wow, you have a lot of different types of Pokémon, Jenny said, impressed. I guess I shouldn't expect less from professional burglary investigators. Misty rolled her eyes. This is going a little too far, she muttered under her breath. Ash turned to his Pokemon. All right, guys, he said. Bulbasaur, you hide in the garden. Bulbasaur obeyed. Its blue-green body blended perfectly with all the plants and flowers. Heracross, wait back by those trees, Ash said next. Heracross flew to the wooded area. Its blue body acted as camouflage against the tree trunks. Squirtle, into the pool, Ash told the water-type Pokemon. Squirtle jumped into the pool and swam down to hide under the water. Ash looked around the grounds. Hiding Charizard wouldn't be easy. Then he had an idea. Charizard, stand over by those statues, Ash said. Try blend in. Charizard struck a pose next to a statue of Blastoise. Ash turned to Officer Jenny. All of our Pokemon are in place, he said. Okay, Spinarak, Jenny told the bug and poison type Pokemon, do your thing. Spinarak jumped off Jenny's shoulder. It crawled up the side of the mansion. We'd better get inside, Jenny said. They followed her to the doorway. A nearly invisible string of sticky webbing came out of Spinarak's two spinnerets. Ash watched in amazement as Spinarak quickly spun a web over the entire mansion. The web stretched out over the lawns, all the way to the stone walls that protected the estate. We should catch the thief no matter which way he tries to get in, Officer Jenny said. Spinarak's web is incredibly strong. Anyone who gets caught in it can't move at all. We know, Misty said, remembering how they had gotten trapped earlier. So what do we do now? Ash asked. We wait, Officer Jenny said. Ash and Pikachu stood guard by the front door. Misty, Brock and Officer Jenny waited by the other doors and windows. The rich old man stayed in the Pokemon room. He wanted to guard the Dragonair Cup himself. Time seemed to pass slowly. Ash yawned, trying to stay awake. He slumped to the floor. Pikachu was already napping at his feet. After what seemed like days, a clock in the hallway chimed 12 times. It's midnight, Ash yelled, jumping up. Pikachu, wake up! Pikachu opened its eyes as Officer Jenny, Misty and Brock joined them. Any sign of the thief? Ash asked. No, Officer Jenny replied. Spinarak's nets haven't been touched. I think we may have scared the thief away. The rich old man walked into the hall. The silver cup is still there, he said, so the Black Arachnid copycat didn't come. Thank goodness. Ash beamed. What do you expect from professional Pokemon burglary investigators? Suddenly, a shrill voice rang through the house. Payday! Payday! Yelled the voice. Chapter 7. Tricked by Team Rocket. A panel in the ceiling slid to the side. A shower of silver coins tumbled out. It's the Black Arachnid, Officer Jenny cried. Two people dressed in black and a Pokemon descended from the ceiling on a rope. There was a girl with long red hair and a boy with blue hair. The Pokemon was a white Scratch Cat Pokemon, a Meowth. Ash couldn't believe it. Team Rocket, he said. Jessie grinned. I see you didn't expect us to drop in, she said. How did you get in here? Ash asked. James pointed up. We've been hiding out in the attic since we left the warning letter. In other words, Jessie said, we outwitted you. That explains why they didn't get caught in any of the traps, said Officer Jenny. Something still didn't make sense to Ash. Then how come you didn't come until after midnight? Jessie, James and Meowth looked sheepishly at one another. We fell asleep, Meowth admitted. Pikachu jumped up on a table. It started to charge up for an attack. Meowth didn't look worried. We don't have time to play right now, Meowth said. It's time for payday. Ash waited for the shower of coins. Nothing happened. Meowth swatted at James. Come on, throw them, it whispered. Please don't make me, James pleaded. Jessie bopped James on the head. You're acting like a master wimp, not a master thief. Just do it. James reached into his pocket. Then he tossed a bunch of coins down below. Ash held up his hands to protect himself from the attack. He saw Misty reach down and pick up one of the objects. Hey, these are just bottle caps, she said. They're my prized collection, James called out. Give them back later, okay? Ash laughed. You guys are pathetic imitators of the Black Arachnid. You slept late, and your Meowth doesn't even know what the payday attack. You have to fake it. Well, we didn't fake this, Jessie said. She held out the silver Dragonair cup. No, it can't be, cried Mr. Miser. Jessie waved goodbye. You may call yourself burglary investigators, but you're nothing but a bunch of bunglers. So long. Team Rocket disappeared back into the ceiling. The roof, Ash cried. I bet they've got their balloon. Ash ran outside and the others followed. Team Rocket had climbed into their balloon. All right, but the balloon wasn't going anywhere. Ash saw the spinnerack at work, quickly spinning a web around the basket. They can't get out of Spinnerack's web, Ash said. Happily. History repeats itself, said Officer Jenny. Anyone using the name the Black Arachnid in this town is destined to be caught by Spinnerack. Team Rocket wasn't giving up. They held up large hand fans and started fanning with all their might. They created enough of a wind to get the balloon moving a little. Ash sprang into action. Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Heracross, Charizard, he called out. I need you now. Ash's Pokémon came out of their hiding places. Squirtle, water guns. A blast of water exploded from Squirtle's mouth, knocking the fans out of Team Rocket's hands. Bulbasaur, Razor Leaf. Sharp leaves flew out of Bulbasaur's plant bulb. The leaves sliced through the fabric of Team Rocket's balloon. All right, Charizard, Ash said, now. Charizard shot a stream of hot flame at the web surrounding Team Rocket's balloon. The web disintegrated and the balloon rose up, but the hole in the balloon was leaking too much air and the balloon spiraled crazily in the sky. Hey, my silver Dragonair cup, Mr. Miser called out. Ash cringed. He was used to having his Pokémon blast Team Rocket into the sky. He'd almost forgotten all about the silver cup. Officer Jenny called up to Spinnerack. Help us! Spinnerack aimed a sticky thread at the balloon basket. The thread caught onto the bottom of the basket, pulling the balloon toward the ground. We're falling, Jessie screamed. Charizard flew up and caught the basket in its arms. The lizard Pokémon tipped over the basket and started shaking it. Bottle caps rained down on the grass. My collection, James yelled. Then crystal vases, shiny silverware and other treasures fell from the basket. We're losing our loot, Meowth cried. Those are the other treasures they've stolen since they came to our town, Officer Jenny remarked. Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Squirtle and Heracross ran around on the lawn, catching the treasures as they fell. The last thing to fall was the silver Dragonair cup. I've got it, Ash yelled. He dove across the grass. The chalice bounced off Ash's back and landed in Officer Jenny's arms. We got it, Jenny said. Charizard shook the balloon basket one last time. Jessie, James and Meowth went flying across the sky. Looks like Team Rocket's blasting off again, they cried. Officer Jenny handed the cup to Mr. Miser. I guess you kids really are professionals, Mr. Miser said. I can't thank you enough. No problem, said Ash. That's what professional Pokémon burglary investigators do. I think Spinnerack really saved the day, Misty said. It's pretty cool for a bug-type Pokémon. Spinnerack landed on Officer Jenny's shoulders. You're right about Spinnerack, Jenny said, but I couldn't have done it without you guys. Brock rushed in front of Jenny. We did a good job of helping you solve the mystery of the Black Arachnid imitator. Is there anything else we can help you with? Ash stepped in front of him. Sorry, Brock, but we can't stay. I've got to keep moving if I'm going to win. Any badges. Brock looked sad at the thought of leaving Officer Jenny. Misty patted his arm. Don't worry, Brock. Things are pretty mysterious out here in the West. I bet we'll be helping out another Officer Jenny before you know it.